Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about The Beast in the Jungle, written by Henry James. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. So, The Beast in the Jungle. Very interesting work here. Lots of things are happening. So basically, we have this guy. His name is John Marcher. There's this girl. Her name is May Bartram, and they meet at a party a long time. Like they've known each other, they've met each other, but pretty much within the short story they meet at a party and like, oh, I know you, you know me. This goes way back. John goes like, oh, we met in Rome at 8 years ago, and she's like, no, we met at the Maples 10 years ago. And so they socialize and they realize at this party that they both like each other. John was checking May out and May was checking John out, and lilacs bloom, love was in the air. But both of them were wimps, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing romantic happened. May reminds John that he told her of a big secret, a big fear, this beast in the jungle, that he has this deep fear within his guts that something horrible, something unthinkable will happen in his life. And May was like, listen, maybe this is you falling in love, right? Maybe, John, maybe it could be you falling in love. And let's be clear here. This is probably May right here saying, listen, I think you look good. I think this could be something. This could be a whole new beginning. May was like, listen, I could be Aladdin. You could be Aladdin. You could show me the world. But that never happened. John was like, no. The beast is in the jungle. The beast is in the jungle, and something's gonna happen in my life that's gonna be so deep and so ugly. I have to observe from the bushes. I have to observe to see what this beast, this thing is going to be. And he invites May to help him watch and wait for this beast, this fear in the jungle that's coming for him. That because he is sure, he is very sure that this beast is coming for him. So pretty much they live a long life together, waiting for the beast, waiting for this monster. May's aunt dies. The aunt leaves May money, and May moves closer to John. And basically, they're just waiting for the beast. She goes to his house, he goes to hers. They know each other. They talk, they wait, they conversate. They have some of the deepest conversation that two people could have. And, they just get really close. And yeah, but John never reveals, he never realizes his love for her. This is what's so sad, and this is what's so dark, and this is where he meets the beast, because May's in love with him. He actually is in love with her. He just doesn't know it. And ultimately, May gets this blood disease and she dies. And before she dies, she's like, listen, the beast is already here. You've already passed it. And he's like, what? I already passed it? It already happened. And May's like, yeah, you already passed it. We've known each other for a very long time, decades upon decades. But I see that, you know, you've already seen the beast and it's too late. The beast already has you, basically. And she dies, and he's still in search of this beast, this monster, this fear. She dies, she gets buried. He goes traveling the world. He visits her graves before he goes, and he's trying to figure out. He's like, what did May know? I didn't know, because she knew what the beast was, and she didn't tell me. And he goes traveling after seeing her grave, and then after traveling, he comes back to the grave. Every month he goes to see her because they lived together for so long. His life was with her. His life was tied to her. And ultimately, he sees this other man that's grieving for another loved one, and his face was filled with passion and grief and sorrow and just, horrible stuff. And he realizes in his old age, when he's an old man, after spending his youth with May, his long life, his middle age, his whole life with May, that his fault or the beast or the fear was the fact that he never fell in love, man. He never fell in love, never had passion in his life, never took someone on a date, never lived. He never lived. That was the beast. The fear of this beast that was coming for him was always there because he never lived, never fell in love, never got married, never had children. And human life, when you really think about it, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, when you really think about it, human life has been quite simple forever. It has been, you live, yes, you work, and work is important, but the most revolutionary things in life is the act of falling in love and matrimony and children. And maybe not all humans feel that way, but the majority of humans have felt this way for basically all of human existence. Think about the books, the movies, the music, the every piece of art that just again and again and again demonstrates, depicts love and falling in love and marriage and matrimony, because that's like the deepest thing that humans have expressed on earth. And it's always boiled down to love, and people get married and date and have children and procreate. And well, those think about the Shakespeare's, the Romeo and Juliet's. Think about all the saunas. Think about all the romances. I don't know how else to say this. It's in our literature. It's in the Bible, for heaven's sake. It's in paintings. The Mona Lisa is a man who paid for his wife to be painted to just so he could look at his wife even more. It's literally a woman's face. Come on. So, but John missed all of that, and I hope you don't miss that. But he missed all of that, living with passion and love and falling in love. And May loved him, and she wanted to fall in love with him, but he was so obsessed with the fear and the beast of this dark thing that was going to happen to him, he never saw that he was facing the beast, and the beast was devouring him all his life. And then when he realized this at the end of the short story here, he throws himself upon her grave, and he's mourning, and he's like, oh man, I messed up, and now I'm dying because I'm really old, and it's too late. Well, it is too late because she's dead, and you can go see her at her grave how much you want, but you never lived your life with passion and love and knowing all the layers, and because love is like an onion. It's layers. It's the first date. It's the getting engaged. It's the anniversaries. It's the having your first kid. It's the family pictures. It's the family trips. It's the layers of love and deep exploration, because there's layers to it. There's growing old with somebody. There's the fights, and then the makeups, and there's the trips, and there's the not being alone. But he's lived his whole life isolated and alone and by himself, no children, no nothing. And even May's family, when she dies, they don't recognize him because he wasn't really anyone significant to them, because he never got married to her. They never announced anything. He was just this guy that just went to see her a lot. And yeah. So in terms of deeper meaning analysis here, yeah, the beast in the jungle um, was always devouring John, from my perspective, and he missed out on life, and he missed out on love. And what's really shattering is that the woman of his dreams was right there with him, right there at all times. At any point in time, he could have just grabbed her. And that's what she wanted. She wanted to be with him. This woman moved to him, to be with him after her aunt died, to be with him, and he didn't get it. She said maybe the big thing that you're going to face is falling in love, and he denies it. She wanted to be with him, but he's just so fixated on watching for the beast that he didn't know he was already in the beast's mouth. So, oh, very sad, very sad. So we can see the isolation. We can see the ego of him. We can see the obsession. He's obsessive with this beast. Um, It's like it's just really dark. And May is something else. She just waited and waited and waited until she died, and this man never saw her the way that she saw him, because she truly was in love with him, and they were friends for many decades. They met in Naples, they met in Rome. They could have started their relationship at any point in time, but because John Marcher here was just so obsessed with this beast that he missed out on life. Not that much action or things happen within the short story. That's one of the reasons why it's so famous. But yeah, his obsession with the beast ruined his life, and he was in fact devoured. And now he doesn't die at the end of the short, but you can imagine that he's gonna live the rest of his life in remorse because this girl that he was truly in love with, that he didn't even know it. He'll never get to hold her. He'll never get to marry her, never get to be with her, and never really get to express the deep layers of love that he could have expressed with her. And it's quite sad. It's quite sad. But that is my summary analysis. I think I've said enough, quite enough, ladies and gentlemen, here. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.